Good morning, I'm Mark McQuillan. The G7 summit of world leaders is coming to a close in Japan today, and the UK Prime Minister has once again reinforced his commitment to support Volodymyr Zelensky in the ongoing fight against Russian forces. Over the weekend, Rishi Sunak joined Western leaders in a joint promise to bolster Ukrainian defences in an effort to achieve what he has called just and durable peace. Natalia Horkera reports.
As the G7 leaders began wrapping up their three-day meeting, Ukraine remained the overwhelming focus of the summit. Leaders stood shoulder to shoulder with President Volodymyr Zelensky, sending a message of unity and determination, with Rishi Sunak saying there was no more pressing issue facing the world than Ukraine.
We will stand with Ukraine for as long as it takes, because their security is our security.
He hailed President Zelensky's attendance in Hiroshima as a moment of historical significance. As well as a slew of new sanctions aimed at punishing Russia, G7 nations unveiled new military aid packages for Ukraine, including F-16 fighter jets, which Rishi Sunak said the UK will help when it comes to training pilots.
We're supporting Ukraine to develop the air force it needs for the future, with the UK training Ukrainian pilots starting this summer. And we've made a real breakthrough at this summit, thanks to President Biden's support for an international coalition to provide F-16 jets.
Today I'm announcing the next tranche of U.S. security assistance to Ukraine.
While the UK Prime Minister was speaking, Volodymyr Zelensky and Joe Biden held their direct talks. President Biden announced the US would be providing more ammunition and armoured vehicles. These announcements came as Russia declared victory in the besieged city of Bakhmut. And when asked if the destroyed eastern city was still in Ukraine's control, Zelensky was not entirely clear, but he said, "I think no," and that today Bakhmut is in their hearts. Natalia Horkera, ITV News.
The Prime Minister hasn't been able to escape domestic politics while on duty in Japan. He's being urged to order an investigation following claims the Home Secretary asked civil servants to help her avoid incurring points on her licence for speeding. The Times newspaper reported that requests were made to a speeding awareness course provider by an aide on behalf of Suella Braverman, including asking if she'd be able to do a one-to-one course instead of a group one. These suggestions were reportedly refused, with the senior minister later choosing to accept 3 points on her licence instead. At least 9 people have been killed following a stampede at a football match in El Salvador. Dozens more were injured after fans pushed through an access gate during the quarter-final in the Salvadoran League yesterday. The game was suspended when fans started flooding the pitch in an attempt to escape the crush. The Salvadoran Soccer Federation has said it regrets what happened and voiced support for the victims' families. Sinn Féin has become the largest party at council level in Northern Ireland. It's the first time they've come out on top at council level in the country, winning 144 seats against the Democratic Unionist Party's 122. Sinn Féin Stormont leader Michelle O'Neill has described the outcome as momentous. Sport now, and Manchester City will play Chelsea later as Premier League champions after Arsenal lost yesterday. Taiwo Awoniyi scored the only goal as they were beaten 1-0 at Nottingham Forest. It means Arsenal can no longer catch City, who've now won their 3rd league title in a row. To boxing, and Katie Taylor suffered the first defeat of her professional career last night. The Irish fighter in the black shorts and white socks was beaten in Dublin by England's Chantel Cameron. She won by majority decision to successfully defend her undisputed light welterweight title. That's all for now. I'll be back with our lunchtime news at 1:40. Until then, enjoy your morning. Goodbye.